All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Immeri Nigeria's presentation powered by Team Takeover. My name is Solomon James, and I will be your anchor for tonight. My co-anchor, unfortunately, just came in from an event, so he might be joining us a little bit late, but whichever, I am good to go because you are here. Again, we don't take your presence for granted when people opt out of their busy schedule to join you on anything. It's something we really do appreciate. So for everyone joining us on this call this evening, I want to say a big thank you to you. That being said, let's make it happen. I'll be bringing you this presentation on the Immeri business opportunity. I don't know how you got in here. If you are a guest, somebody probably had invited you, sent you a text message or WhatsApp message, or probably just gave you a call. It's my duty to position this the right way so that you get to learn what this is all about and make your own personal informed decision, perhaps get excited just as we all are here. Well, this is the fact. Today's fact reveals that 96% of the people lying awake at night are worried about two things. People are disturbed about their health and their finances. In the last few days, we are getting news of high-powered Nigerians, people in the corridors of power dropping dead. People are getting sick. So the news out there is not favorable at all. And yet every day people are worried about their finances also. So this was even a pre-COVID survey carried out by the Leo Harris poll, saying that 96% of people lying awake every night are disturbed about two things: their health and their finances. The question is, how do we address this? Understanding that there is a perfect storm right now with what is happening. There are practically 5 things that is creating the perfect storm that we can latch on. One is technology. I tell you right now, technology is disrupting the space. Technology is actually changing how things are being done. And a lot of people are losing their jobs as a result of technology. A lot of people are also getting empowered as a result of technology. Technology right now is a perfect storm. For many of us, what we're having right now probably would have been in a seminar hall. But with the power of technology, we are reaching you right probably at your home, your car, wherever you are. And I'm speaking from my home in the city of Lagos, Nigeria. The economy is also another perfect storm right now, because with the way the economy is shaky, and trust me, what we are discussing or what we are seeing happening right now is the health pandemic. That of the economy is here to set in. So people are already getting worried. People are getting concerned about the economy, and they are looking for something else to put on their plate. Then we talk about the baby boomers, those born between 1946 and 1964. Right now, a whole lot of these baby boomers are retiring. Retiring to what? The pension is no longer there. There is concern out there. So the baby boomers are in their thousands right now. We talk about the generation X and Y. And these are the generation that have seen the part of their fathers, seen their fathers retire, their mother retire, and yet there is nothing to show for it. So the generation X and Y that we are told, go to school, get a good grade, get a good job, they have seen that part, and they find out that, listen, if we follow this path, how are we sure that the job of the future is already secured? Then we talk about the middle rising class. So for some of us, you know what, let's push ourselves. At least we might not get to the top, but we don't want to be at the bottom. The middle class is becoming choked. Listen, in the days ahead, you will either be extremely rich or you'll be extremely poor. If you are in the middle, you might be crushed. So what does this mean to us? The home-based business is booming. There is a boom right now for the home-based business. And according to statistics, that a new home-based business is created every 5 new home-based business is created every minute. 7,855 home-based business is created every single day. 238,909 home-based business is created every single month. And every year, over 2.8 million home-based businesses are being created. Now, this was pre-COVID. What do you think is happening right now when you look at the statistics coming out from the US, where over 40 million people are out of job, and across the world, the globe, there is this pandemic that is actually affecting people's livelihood. Listen, more people are jumping into the home-based business space. Now, the challenge here for us is not just jumping into the home-based business industry or space. For us right now, we are beginning to consider, based on what is happening, the illness wellness continuum. It is either you are beginning to take to gain consciousness about your health, because when you do not pay attention to your health, we are beginning to see signs, we are beginning to see symptoms, we are seeing disability, people are dropping dead. So right now, there is so much premature death. Practically every day, if you're on social media, check your social media tagline, you are seeing condolences. We are shocked. We see people yesterday, today they are dead. I mean, yesterday we had a lot of prominent people drop confirmed dead yesterday. Some are friends, some are acquaintances. Listen, what is happening here? There is need for us to begin to pay attention to the wellness paradigm. Basically, what we do here every week is to create awareness. Our job here is to create awareness. Now, there is somebody I respect a lot. His name is Robin Sharma. Robin Sharma said something. He said, better awareness will create better choices, and better choices will create better results. If you want to change your results, then you've got to change your choices. For you to change your choice, that means there is an awareness, and information has come into you that is beginning to affect what you do or how you act, so as to change the result. So if we truly want to change the result, there is need for us to change the information we get, and that begins with awareness. So probably this event might just be an awareness for you to be able to share with somebody, because awareness will create that education. Education brings growth, and now we are seeing people, rather than premature death, we are seeing people playing in the sector of high level wellness. Now, what does it say to us? That the wellness industry has a huge market potential. Now, according to the Global Wellness Economy Monitor, it shows that the global wellness economy, it's right now, it's this for 2020 actually, it's for 2019, it's 4.5 trillion US dollars, 4.5 trillion. I hope you understand how big this is. So for some of us, we are not, now, this is last year, pre-COVID. What do you think will be happening for 2020? Now that people are gaining consciousness, you are seeing the personal care, beauty, anti-aging, over 1 trillion US dollars. The spa industry, over 111 billion. Physical activity, 828 billion. Healthy eating, nutrition, weight loss, over 702 billion US dollars. We are seeing here preventive and personalized medicine and public health, over 575 US billion dollars. We see the wellness real estate, over 134 billion. We see the traditional and complementary medicine, over 360 US dollars. So this is a huge market potential for us. Now, how do we capitalize on these global trends that we are already seeing? What's the solution out there? Well, first, I'd like to say that there are 5 key factors to consider before you join any network marketing company. Number 1, it must be a company with very strong infrastructure. I mean, you cannot stand a bag that has nothing in it. It's just a little time that bag will collapse. Number 2, there must be a large market with potential growth. Number 3, they must also have unique products within that market area, not just another Me Too product, but a product that is very unique. Number 3, there must be a fair and rewarding plan. That's why it's a business. Then number 5, there should be excellent training and support systems, such as we are having right now. Now, when you get that, you understand why Immeri ticks all those boxes. Well, Immeri, it's comes from the word Immer. Immer is a German word that means eternity. And they now added the I, which stands for international. So in other words, you could be saying Immeri is eternity international, because it's been built with the concept of having an international company that is actually built to last. There are so many things coming in the space, and before you know, they are gone, they are dead, they are dropping, and people are mourning again, another loss, another collapse So Immeri says, you know what? Let's create something that is structured to last. Well, these are the three wise men at the helm of affairs of Immeri. We have here Mr. Tanka Fo, we have here Mr. La Chongguan, and we have Mr. Yap Yen leading the various region, the South East Asia region, and Mr. La, who is the president of the company, the CEO, okay, and he handles the Greater China region. And we have our very own president for Africa and Middle East, Mr. Yap Yen, and combined they have over 100 years experience. Well, Immeri is positioned to cover a couple of places. Right now, we have our footprint in a couple of countries. We are in China. We are in we have the Greater China and the other parts. So we have the Taiwan side. We have the Hong Kong. We have the Philippines. We are in Brunei. We are in Malaysia. Immeri came into the African continent in 2018, opening with Ghana, and April 15th last year, Immeri was open as a soft launch in Nigeria. Actually, we've not officially launched. We are still in pre-launch. We were to launch March 28th, but because of the COVID thing, the launch was postponed because we couldn't gather more than 20 persons. Then we have Immeri opened up November last year in Egypt, and South Africa, Sudan, and many other countries are already in the pipeline. Well, for Nigeria, our space, this is the Immeri office in Nigeria, situated just at number 1 Chief Okupe Road, Mende, Maryland, just by ShopRite, or you call it Maryland Mall at Maryland. It's a very prominent space. The entire building there, it's Immeri. So this is not just a company coming to get a 2-bedroom flat and they have a computer behind them and they tell you they're in operation. Immeri has a structure. You can go there and you can be a part of it. Well, what's our core value? Immeri believes that sharing is rewarding, and it's why we are sharing. It's more blessed to give than to take. Immeri believes that success breeds success, helping other people to also succeed as you're succeeding. And Immeri believes in filial piety, which we call respect, love, and care for one another, with a commitment that our product should be products of conscience, meaning we are producing only product that we ourselves we will use. Immeri also believes in creating product that comes with very high craftsmanship, high quality. So we make a quality of very high standard without negotiating it for less. And we also believe that our products should be green. As far as possible, use only green and natural materials, and don't create those GMO products that are beginning to cause other health issues. Well, this is what Immeri has been able to achieve within the past 3.5 years of operation around the world. In just this short period, because like I said, Immeri began in October 2016, we have actually achieved over $280 million worldwide running our businesses. Immeri have taken a lot of people into some interesting places. Our membership strength is over 600,000 with 38% retainership. Again, like we said, we've done over $280 million, and we have taken over 6,800 people to different cruises and places around the world, with over 656 people being car awardees. In fact, one just happened today in Nigeria, which will come to that. And much more so, we also even have two people who are already house recipients. Imagine you join a company, you join an organization, and in just less than 4 years, all of this is happening. What do you say? This shows you that something is happening where you actually are. Well, Immeri has 5 product brand series that we put forth backing up what we do. We have the Immeri Care, which covers our intimate care product. We have the Immeri Plus that covers our health and functional food. We have our Immeri Bell, which covers our skin and personal care. We have our Immeri Home that covers our kitchenware and home. Then we have our Immeri Life, which are lifestyle food and beverages. Well, but for today, we'll be covering just 3 of these, which is also in our space, talking about the Virgin, the Adwell, and also the Vitae. Now, let me make a disclaimer here before we go further. Immeri does not make claim on any health claim about its product, because there are people that when they get to talk about certain product, they make unnecessary claims. Okay, Yes, Wasu, this is being recorded. You get the recording after. So Immeri does not make any health claims about its products. Our products should not be confused with prescription medicine and is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease. Immeri shall not be held liable for the medical claim made by customer testing. Okay, so sorry guys, we're having a little network issues, but we'll go through it. Well, now in the time in which we are, there's a lot of concern about our immunity and our system, because people are scared to go out. People are putting on masks. You don't know what to touch. You don't know what to believe. Today, the WHO is saying those that are asymptomatic cannot transmit. Tomorrow they can transmit. People are confused, but you know what? Just let's find ways to boost our immune system. So we'll be looking at ways to boost our immune system in a time where we find ourselves currently. So to boost yourself, number one, increase the number of your immune cells, because the more cells to fight, you need to have more cells to fight against the virus and the bacteria. Remember, these viruses are attacking our system. Number two, increase the activity of the immune cells, because why send security people to a place and they are not active? Okay, so number one, you need to increase the presence of your immune system. Number two, increase their activity so that they become active, enhancing the ability to fight. Number three, increase blood circulation. Okay, because like I said, if there is an issue in a place, you should be able to mobilize so that they redistribute and re-strategize to go curb that crisis. So an increased blood circulation helps to do that as long as your immune is well, bringing more immune cells to the site. Now, let's talk about our product Vitide that helps to address that. Now, what I will be doing is I will talk about the problem, I will highlight the problem, and I will highlight the product that helps to address that problem. Well, the product that is helping to address what I've just highlighted, if you need to boost your immune system, is Vitide. Vitide is a soy micromolecule bioactive peptide, and peptide and protein are it's same, because for some of us, we are made from our cells, okay? And our cells are broken into those little proteins that can be broken to as small as the amino acids that we have. Now, understand that everything about you is cell. In our language, we say meat. Check all your body, now meat, okay? And if it's meat, that's protein. And if it's protein, then you understand there is need for peptide, because peptide is basically food for the cell. Now, talking about cell here, understand that the human body is made of over 60 to 100 trillion cells. Now, the body is a collection of large number of cells, and these cells, they constantly divide, they grow, they die, and they are replaced. So there are more than 250 million cells dividing every second. Now, once these functions are maintained by constant cell death and regeneration, it keeps you going. So every day, your body is functioning, your cell is dying, new cells are being replaced. So cell is a functional part of our body. Now, if you go back to school in biology, they taught us that the smallest unit of the body, it's our cell. Then we had the tissue, we had the organ, we had the cell, okay? We had the tissue, begin to go. We had the cell at the bottom, we had the tissue, we had the organ, we had the system, then we had the man. It means the cell is the basic function. Once your cell is attacked, your cell is not functional, then you have a problem. Now, once your cell again are not optimum, then aging will you have aging issues also, because in the process of continuous cell division, free radicals are also released. They are emitted during biochemical reactions. These radicals will cause damages to the cell membrane and they begin to accelerate the aging process. So when cell regeneration slows down as a result of deterioration in the body function and is lacking those nutrients, the body's physiological changes will take place. This is what we call aging. In summary, when your cell death is higher than your cell replenishment, okay, or replacement, aging takes place. Let me put in a language that you will understand. If your withdrawal in your bank account is more than your deposit, very soon your account will begin to blow whistle. Okay, so basically, once your cells are dying and the number being replaced are lesser, then aging, you'll be affected also by aging. So what we are seeing here is that aging is basically cell death greater than cell regeneration. Now again, see, it started from just cell, but you are beginning to see it affect your aging, and it can also even lead to disease, because an impaired cell, if you have disease, it creates that impaired cell repair. Now, modern unhealthy lifestyle promotes cell damage, basically. Now, deterioration of the body's function due to aging and insufficient cell nutrients worsens the situation and is suppressing cell regeneration. How many of us have noticed that when you are sick, you feel weak, you can't do more? So imagine that your cell cannot repair itself. Then you get worse. Your body system begins to break down. Then you give disease the opportunity to take over your body. So impaired cell repair leads to permanent cell damage, and this can also form diseases. Now, this can also lead to cancer. I mean, it started with cell. You thought it was just a cellular thing, but you are seeing the bigger picture here. It can also create cancer because of cell mutation. We're still talking about cell here. When cells are injured, remember we said that millions of cells, over 250 millions of cells are dividing. So some are supposed to go out, some are supposed to come in, new ones are supposed to be created. But when cells get injured in the process, cell genetic control will activate what we call cell suicide to eliminate the mutated or the unwanted cell. However, if the genes that control cellular suicide go wrong, something goes wrong, we now have like a coup. A mutated cell will continue to grow, and before you know, it becomes uncontrollable, and this can also lead to cancer. So what's the building block of our cell, which is peptide? What does peptide do? Peptide helps us to grow, because your muscles are growing, your skin is growing, your hair is growing. A deficiency in this will lead to aging, muscle loss, and even wrinkle. Peptide also helps with regulating our body, nutrient absorption, immunity, the metabolism, the transportation, lipoprotein movement, and oxygen in our body. It's peptide that helps to regulate that. Your hormones, your enzyme. Peptide plays a very important role in making this function. A deficiency in that will cause malnutrition, metabolic syndrome, obesity, and even low immunity. Now, peptide also helps us to repair our body, repairing and helping to detox those things that we take in, even the air we breathe, the carbon, the different things we take in. Peptide helps to detox, helps you with detoxification. It helps for the natural cell death. Like we said, a cell is supposed to exist in the body. If it does not, it causes cancer. So if there is a deficiency in that repair, then you are playing with cancer. So 4 major functions or why you need to use Vitide, okay, which contains peptide. Number 1, it vitalizes. Number 2, it restores. Number 3, it promotes. Number 4, it inhibits. So what are the challenges of acquiring peptides from food? Because I'm beginning to hear somebody say, well, if that's the case, I will eat food and get peptide. That's good. Protein needs to be broken down. And for some of us, as we begin to age, you are also beginning to have poor digestion. So which is why you will eat and you begin to find that the very next day, you are still gassing that foul smell that coming out from your mouth and things like that. The protein needs to be broken down, and it's not breaking down. Number 2 is poor absorption, because when the food is not broken down, how can your body absorb it? If your body does not absorb it, how will you now, how will it now take in the energy or the nutrient to repair your body? Number 3 is lack of essential amino acid. So these are the challenges when you choose to just think you can just eat food and get all of this together. There are researches that have shown that by the time that shows the beneficial properties of bioactive peptides from soybean, which we have in our Vitide, because it helps for hypercholesterol, antioxidant, anti-aging, hypotension, anti-cancer, anti-inflammation, even anti-fatigue. Some people get tired easily, okay? But by taking your Vitide, you see yourself running with super energy and strength. So what is bioactive peptide? Number one here, these are peptides that are play a very active role in your body's physiological function. So like we said, what is bioactive macromolecule peptide? It has very low molecular weight, less than 50 amino acids, simple molecular structure, and significant biologically active. What makes Vitide very, very unique is the fact that it's highly active, okay? It has high absorption and high efficacy. As we can see, with the low molecular weight, contains 17 amino acid, including 9 essential amino acid. Peptide purity is over 96%. Protein purity is over 92%. 100% absorption, 100% solubility, and it's non-GMO soya bean. So once it gets into your body, it locates the cell and begins to build. Now, what have we seen? What we've discussed right now is that Vitide has a correlation with your immunity because it helps to increase the production of the immune cells. And remember, as the immune cells are produced, they begin to also promote the natural killer cell activity and cytokine regulation, which increases the ability to kill bacteria. Because like I said, why deploy police or soldier or army, as whichever you want to call it, to a scene and they are not armed to be able to do battle? So this helps to do that. Number three, it increases metabolism and enhance your blood circulation. So quickly sending this troop, this reinforcement to the area that needs attention to quell any riot, okay, without being on the neck of the person, like the case of George Floyd. Well, then we talk about powerful antioxidant. So what are the benefits of Vitide quickly? Vitide helps to protect the cell. Vitide helps to slow down the aging process. It prevents cancer, we have seen. It regulates your blood pressure. It restores skin and muscle elasticity. It strengthens your muscle. It eliminates fatigue, and it increases immunity. So do you know anyone that have a need for any of this? Then you've got to take Vitide. Especially in the time in which we are, you don't know who you are coming in contact with. Guys, go for Vitide, and it also helps you in weight loss. All right, and you can also regulate your body fat. So let's look at the digestive system and immunity. Now we have looked first at our cell and all those things now, okay? Immunity. So now we are looking at the digestive system. This is a problem I'm trying to highlight here. Understand that around 70% of our immune system, okay, they dwell in our digestive tract. And most people don't even know that over 70% of our immune system is in our digestive tract. So that means what goes into your mouth matters a lot. Our immune system, which is designed to control microbes, is in essence also controlled by the friendly bacteria. Now, these bacteria themselves provide essential nutrients, and they defend against pathogen, breaking down indigestible substances and even contribute to the development of the gut structure. An imbalance in the composition of the bacteria upsets the relationship between the gut and your immune system. Now, this alters the immune responses, which in turn triggers several inflammatory disorders such as inflammatory bowel diseases, which we call the IBD. Then we also understand here that from the Johns Hopkins University researcher that there is a lot of data right now on this relationship between changes in the microbial community and different diseases. Now, like I said, we are trying to highlight the problem. So what are the signs that you might be having these imbalances of microbial in your gut? Is anybody here having constipation, or do you know anybody suffering from constipation? Then that's a sign. Bloating, heartburn, okay, is also a sign. Skin rashes, allergy is also a sign. Chronic fatigue. Some people wake up in the morning, even before 8 a.m., they are feeling so fatigued, as if you fought in your dream, okay? And you've not even gone to work. You are feeling this chronic fatigue. Then this is a sign. Irritable bowel syndrome and inflammatory bowel disease, it's a concern, and it's a sign that you need to do something about it. Because what we are having here is the fact that you are taking in food, the food is not being broken. Well, it begins with enzyme, because once you lack enzyme, then it cannot break it down. Once it cannot break down the food, then you have that indigestion. Once there is indigestion, then you know that bacteria will be produced and it will produce toxin in your gut, and that leads to constipation. So you find out that you're not having issue even emptying your bowel, leading to a mucoid plaque. Then you have this auto-intoxication, because like that chemicals that are supposed to exit from your system is still in your digestive tract. And this can even lead to weak immunity, and God forbid, can also lead even to disease that might lead to death. Now, in addressing this is our product called Advel. We call, actually, it's a German word, Advel, but we call it the way we can for ease. Adwell. Adwell is basically addition to wellness. It's a plant-based enzyme. Now, how does this work? Now, like we just talking about digestion, then we'll be talking about enzyme, because enzyme, they are catalysts. Now, enzymes produce by our own body, but once it gets in, it finds way to begin to break down those things that are in your gut, so that the food will be digested into small molecules by this enzyme. Features of this enzyme, number one, of what we have in our Adwell, they are non-GMO plant material. So that's why we said our commitment is to make sure our products are green as much as possible. It's a plant-based natural supplement that combines both fruit and grain essences, which are rich in protein, carbohydrate, fibers, vitamins, and minerals. Now, you can have them in your papaya, which we call pawpaw, or even in our pineapple. Have you noticed that when you eat papaya or pawpaw, it seems as if your food gets broken down fast? If you eat pineapple, same. But the question is, how do you know the quantity? How do you balance all of this? So this is something we've put together to help us sort it out. Prebiotics are also added, and this functional oligofructose is water-soluble fiber that can promote the growth of such bacteria that can help to inhibit the proliferation of this harmful bacteria. So once this is added, you begin to see that it helps to balance the intestinal bacteria, regulates the intestinal pH, relieves constipation, promotes mineral absorption, lowers fat and cholesterol, regulates your blood sugar while improving your immune system. Now, Avita also helps to enhance the anti-inflammatory effect, because inflammation in the body, defensive reaction, it's a body defensive reaction to stimulation. Once you begin to see a swelling, something happening, the body reacts, telling you something is out of order. So what do we have here? When the body is in contact with bacteria or viruses, immune cells will fight against them, which lead to heat. For some of us, you have redness based on your color, swelling and pain, which is inflammation. We also, Adwell also contains this, our international leading technology. Two of them actually, the BioEnz and SMART. The BioEnz is what we call the Bioenzyme Nutrition Enhancement Technology System. It helps the metabolic enzymes in plants to be activated effectively by eliminating most anti-nutritional factors in the plant via natural method. So if there is anything that is not supposed to be, it eliminates it, so that what you are getting becomes rich nutrients. So the nutritional content and overall nutritional value of the ingredients as well as enzyme activities can be greatly enhanced. We have the SMART technology. Basically, it micronizes the nutrients in order to optimize the nutritional value and enzymatic activities, as well as enhancing absorption, efficacy, taste, and texture. There are some of us right now that you need to put too much sugar in your tea before you taste it, before you begin to, you feel, no, you don't feel, before you begin to, what's the English now? Okay. But before you begin to actually get that taste, for some of us, too much sugar, salt in your food before you there is salt in this thing. Now, something is wrong. But I tell you, because I've personally experienced this, by this technology and taking Adwell, it micronizes the nutrient, make sure everything is gotten, that the value is optimized, so that you can actually get the total value for what you are consuming. Now, our Adwell actually contains 5 major enzymes. It contains lipase. Lipase is an enzyme that helps to break down fat and oil. Again, for people that suffer from cholesterol and oily issues and things. And you know, in our time, there's increase in cholesterol based on We fry practically everything. Your rice, your chicken, everything is being fried as the case may be right now. So there is increase in cholesterol. Lipase helps to break down that fat and oil. It contains proteins. I mean, there's so much protein. And for those of us, as you cross 40, 45, you've got to slow down in some of these things. Probably go on fish. But it helps to break down some of those protein. Amylase helps to break down our carbohydrates. Somebody say, what do you mean? I'm an African. African are who? Wakanda. Yes, I understand. But with our akpu, fufu, and all those things, we eat them, they don't break down. We are having constipation. You wake up in the morning, you feel sick, you throw up, and everything comes out, telling you that the food has not broken down effectively. That's the job of the amylase. The antioxidant enzyme helping your total body metabolism and making sure that everything is functional. Then it helps with what we call, it has the fibrinolytic enzyme that is helping your blood, because once your blood clots unnecessarily, you might be a victim of stroke. Remember we said even the immune cell is supposed to spread around the blood circulation. So what happens if the blood cannot flow? The fibrinolytic enzyme helps to free up your system so that the blood can flow accordingly. What's the benefit of Adwell here? Number one, it improves intestinal health. It has this anti-inflammatory property. So if you have that inflammation, it helps to take care of it. It prevents blood clot. It prevents cancer. It increases the total body metabolism because the entire body is optimal. Then it helps you to lose weight. Because let's take, for example, you are eating gari, fufu, banga, and all those things. Your banga, the starch. Yeah. Now, they don't break down fast. But imagine you take something within 3-5 minutes, it liquefies that hard thing. Now your body can absorb the full nutrient. So it's not stored in your body for you to be gaining weight. Now it helps you to also lose weight. Well, that was product number 2. So let's look at number 3. Let's look at the problem. What's the problem here? Africa is the second largest continent in the world, and we are the second most populous continent with over 1.32 billion people. For Nigeria, we are over 202 million, okay? And of this number, over 99 million, representing about 49.4%, are female. So what's the concern here? Over 14 million of this number of women in Nigeria are infected with what we call bacterial vaginosis. Now, what does bacterial vaginosis do? What is the cause? It causes the imbalance between the good and bad bacteria in the vagina, which causes foul smelling, discharges, itching, vaginal itching, gray, white, greenish discharges. These are things people are going through. Some people don't even know it's abnormal. Some people might just think it is age, but these are issues. Yes, you are having those discharges, foul smelling, fishy smelling, things like that. It's bacterial vaginosis. Now, please just take a look at the screen. This is a cross-sectional representation of the female reproductive system. Now, this zone is very important. Yes, it houses the ovary. Now, we know the ovary produces the eggs, and it also houses the uterus. The uterus itself is what helps in taking care of, okay, fairly rough, I get your message. Now, the uterus helps to take care of the baby that is produced. So while the ovary produces the egg, the baby is formed, it's kept at the uterus. But there is a doorway here to the ovary and the uterus, and that is the vagina. The vagina forms the doorway. Guys, if you have a house and the door is not protected, you know whatsoever is in is not safe. Much more, the female intimate part, the vagina, is close to the anus. So even how they get to clean themselves can get them infected. Now, because as you sit on different toilet bowls, you don't even know what is happening. And this pathogen get to latch into the vagina. Before you know, they go to the intimate part where they were not supposed to be. And I'll show you more. Now, this is a cross-section of the female vagina containing the vaginal epithelial cells, the superficial squamous flat cell, and the vaginal mucus. Now, what we see here is that this is a healthy vagina containing the lactobacillus. Lactobacillus is actually beneficial bacteria. It contains organic acid, which helps to balance the pH level. The pH of a healthy vagina is between 3.5 to 4.4. When it is below 3.5, it is very acidic, and it causes that It causes those bonds and all those things you experience. When it is over 4.4, it's becoming more alkaline. And becoming more alkaline, it's becoming an open space for pathogen to actually thrive. It contains antibacterial peptides, and it also contains bacteriocins. Now, what all of this does is, once there is a pathogen, a bad bacteria or virus, finding its way into the vagina in any form, because these vagina elements are very, very active, they go into motion, and what do you see? Boom, that pathogen or bad bacteria or virus is taken care of. Now, once it does not, and they have their way into the vagina, you can see how it's moving. So a lot of ladies begin to complain of deep infection. Some of them have this pelvic inflammatory diseases. A lot of ladies are suffering from infertility. There's actually a high an increasing rate of infertility today in the land. Many of them are not demonic. For a lot of them, they are actually infections that have been left untreated over the years. Then we talk about cervical erosion. We talk about dry sexual pain. So, I mean, for most ladies, they can't meet their partners. They have that dryness, they have that pain, and it's becoming unbearable. Then for some other ladies, they have these issues with odors, foul odor, fishy, smelly odor. They meet with their partners, and rather ending in pleasure, it ends with quarrel, sometimes because of the smell. And it makes you even susceptible to sexual transmitted infections. Now, we have the allergy or neonatal infection, where the baby begins to pick up some of this infection as they are coming out. We are having fetus underweight. We are having abortion, what we call miscarriages, okay? And can also even lead to women's cancer. So have you seen that a little thing passing through the vagina pathway that is not preserved, that is not well protected, can cause a whole lot of issues? So we're not just talking about the itching. There's a whole lot at stake here. And for many of our ladies, they are going through these challenges without being bold enough to talk about it, because nobody wants to tell another that they are having these challenges. Well, the answer is here, and that is Virgin. Virgin is Immeri's flagship product that has this active ingredient. Many people get to ask me, what's the active ingredient? Well, it contains antibacterial and immune peptide. It contains organic acid, like I said, helping to restore the pH level. It contains seaweed extract that helps to inhibit some of those pathogens. It contains hyaluronic acid that helps to soften the vagina, okay, those dryness and those things like that. The hyaluronic acid actually helps to do that. It contains polysaccharide that helps to feed the good bacteria, which is the lactobacillus that is now inhibiting the bad bacteria. It contains vitamin E that helps to balance and restore your hormones. Because for most of our ladies, as they begin to go into menopause, they begin to have those hormonal imbalance. Vitamin E helps to do that. And it contains 100% natural essential oil that suits your system. So these are the active ingredients in the product, and they are all 100% natural, as you can see here. So let's take a look at this. This is already an infected vagina. When you introduce Virgin into it, okay, it's an intimate gel. Within 10 minutes, it goes to work. You begin to see the beneficial bacteria being enhanced. That's the lactobacillus. Then you begin to see that the antipathogen, okay, the immune peptides and the bacteriocins are also being restored. Then they go into action, and what do you see? They attack any foreign body there, and that is taken care of. It restores back the acidic environment, restoring your pH level back to 3.5 to 4.4, which creates a healthy, intimate environment. It begins to also repair those torn tissues. A lot of ladies are having vaginal atrophy, and we talk about cervical erosion and all those things. It repairs those tissues, then helps with the TLK receptor, citing things and helping to create immune recovery. So what's the benefit of Virgin quickly? Virgin helps to truly enhance friendly bacteria and inhibit bad bacteria. So what we see here is that it is self-cleaning. It has this self-cleaning and defense mechanism, and it reduces infection. Virgin also helps to moisturize. So for a lot of ladies that are saying, I'm dry, I'm not moisturized, you don't need a gel white Kelly. what it is, with your vagina. It moisturizes the vagina. And if due to high sexual activity or birth rate, you are having vaginal atrophy, it tightens back the vagina by restoring the elasticity. Basically, it helps to repair the cells and nourishes the ovary. In nourishing the ovary, now that increases the chances of conception for people that fall within that category. Okay, again, we are not making any claim to say, come on to me, all you that need baby and Virgin will make it happen. But Virgin tries to restore your intimate part 100% as much as possible, so that the possibility of your desires will be given to you. Virgin improves sex life. It has this refreshing aroma. You've got to smell it. You will love it. Then it helps to secrete these pheromones, and you know that helps to increase your libido, which is why we say it helps to also improve your sex life. There are few feedbacks we've gotten. Over 90% of the people using it agree that it has this excellent malodor eliminating effect, that it reduces infection, excellent anti-itching, and it relieves redness and pain. Over 95% of our users agree that Virgin is highly moisturizing. It has this vaginal tightening effect, and it also helps to improve the quality of sexual intercourse. Quickly, let's take some few real-time stories from real customers who have used our product. Somebody sent this in. He said, it is my cousin. She didn't see her period for over 7 months until someone introduced her to Immeri. She attended the seminar, signed up, and she got 4 packs of Virgin. She started using a tube daily consistently. In less than 2 weeks, she woke up and saw that her bed sheet was stained with so much blood and blood clots. She just couldn't hide her excitement. Now she carried Immeri for her head. Somebody else sent in this testimony. He said, I had this unpleasant smell before I used the product, but now it's totally gone. And I also used to have lots of blood clots during my menses, but after I used Virgin, I now have very smooth menses with no pain, she added. Somebody also sent this saying, I had, she said, let me get this. Said, I had a surgery for ectopic 2 years ago. Since then, I've had some very bad odor, mostly after my monthly flow. I've used several antibiotics, but still persisted. I used Virgin 2 months ago, and the story has changed. So a colleague at work had the same issue, and after CS, and I introduced her to it, she also confirmed that she no longer has the odor because she experienced it. Now she's seen it work. We had this coming in from George. She said, good morning, sir. I was telling Joe my experience because he gave me one to use. So let me share with you. I've been having abnormal menstruation. My flow is normally 3 to 4 days, but I started my period on Friday. Until now, I've been flowing, and it comes out very little. So I used this stuff this morning, and I just had my bath 3 minutes ago, and a thick clotted blood just fell off. I was very scared, and I snapped it. And the picture next is what came out from her private. Guys, do you understand this could have grown into something else? Probably it could be fibroid, it could be cancer, it could lead to anything. And without knowing, probably there might be another embarrassment for a mother-in-law or a father-in-law calling a witch when it was not properly treated. Now, somebody else sent it, said, talking about the tightness, he said it's impossible to enter. He's been licking me all day. He said, no discharge, no after sex scent. Charlie, the Virgin is crazy. Guys, listen, we have too many testimonies coming in every day. Now, do we have people who are going through this? Yes. Are they bold enough to come out? No. A lot of people are dying in silence. So now we have a natural product that is solving, that is giving relief and giving people their needed answer. Interestingly, all 3 products I've just shared with you, I shared the problem and I also shared the solution. They are all NAFDAC approved. All NAFDAC approved. If you go over to Ghana, it's FDA approved. If you go to Egypt, all countries where we have presence, they are fully registered. Now, that being said, permit me right now to let me take a look here. Before I move to the next. Yep. Okay. Good. Let me share with you the business side of this. Okay. Like I said, my brother Duncan was supposed to be here, but he's not here. But I will handle this on his behalf. Now, everything I have talked about, somebody's asking, so what's the cost? How do I get this if I want to, or recommend to somebody? There are 3 ways you can join us in Immeri. There's what we call the classic program, the agency program, and the wholesale program. 3 doors. Now, for the classic, it's 59,200. You get to enjoy the product at the members price. Understand that you get the product at the members price for the rest of your life. Okay. The agency is 295,930. It gives you one business account. You, however, enjoy this product at 30% discounted. You get this product at 30%. What of menopause women? Yes, Janet, Amber, exactly. It helps for menopause women. I hope PNG will be on the call to share her story with you. And that's why I talked about the vitamin E. For people who are menopausal, Virgin is excellent for you, Janet Amber. Okay, let's get back to how to get them. The agency is 295,930. It gives you one business account. You, however, enjoy the members price. Like I told you, get product at the members price, but now you are getting it 30% discounted. You don't need to bring anybody. You don't need to refer anybody. It comes with your membership. If you come back tomorrow, I want to buy one more product, you get it 30% discounted for the rest of your life. Then finally, we have this stretch of product we call the wholesale from tier 1 to tier 4. For example, the tier 1 product is 739,825. Rather than get product worth 739,825, the company gives you product worth about 946,000. There's actually a 200,000 extra of valuable products given to you because you are doing the tiers. Now, you also get to enjoy the product if you are to repurchase them at 50% discount. Classic, you are buying at members price. Agency, 30% lower than the members price. Tier 1, wholesale, you get 20% extra product, but you now enjoy 50% half of what even a classic member is getting, okay? So those are the benefits for the things you get. But as we begin to look at the money, somebody perhaps is wondering, hey, where I want if this money, this is why they talk about it like this. I want if I'm well. I tell people these are words that makes us poor. I mean, for some of us, we think in fears rather than thinking in hope and faith and our dream. How can you say, where I want if that kind of money? Some other person will say, as they talk so, I can't afford it to God know my own status. Why don't you say, how can I afford it? When you say, I can't afford it, you are shutting down yourself. But by positioning it in a question and say, how can I? There are possibilities it might happen. You begin to ask questions strategically to make it happen. Somebody is saying, what if I lose? I've done MMM. I've done this. I don't lose money for so many things. You don't stop eating fish because God handled you yesterday, guys. You've got to understand that you've gained experience. What if you actually succeed? Somebody said it's not possible, Jare. Well, impossibilities for the untried. Somebody said to me today, he said, I'm too busy working. I don't have problem with you working, but I hope in the next 30 years, you'll be retiring based on what you are doing to a lifestyle even you and your children will be proud of. Remember, we already have examples of people that have gone ahead of us. 30, 40 years, they are retiring now. They are not proud of what they are doing. They were as busy as you. Don't get so busy running the rat race. It's time to run the right race. Did you get that? Don't run the rat race. Run the right race. Imagine what money is holding all of us back from. I don't know if there is something that is happening around them, but guys, I'm glad that I'm not in that position. But every single day, I get calls, I get messages of people wanting help. Somebody is rent, somebody is a child, somebody is the wife, somebody is food. I got yesterday, I got today, I'm certain I will get tomorrow. But listen, it's not about me. Many times we want to do those things, but we are limited. We have good hearts, but imagine what money is holding us back from doing. There are family members you want to go help, but you are limited. God helped us on Sunday. I went out with my wife and tried to just locate few people we had listed down to just go give some things. Now, I was telling my wife yesterday, I said, you cannot imagine the prayers that kept coming in. And I said to my wife, I said, this is not much now. Okay, sorry guys. I hope you can hear me. Harold, I see you. Yes, I see you. Thank you for joining us. Now, like I said, guys, it's so I said these things are not expensive. a 50,000 naira in a month, and you buy 2 bags of rice, and do you know the prayers? I'm not talking about the daily ones we are supporting. Man, we don't need to go out there to say this is what we are doing, but it's in our hearts to do more. But listen, guys, I'm not El Shaddai. I shall not die. I don't have it all. But imagine what money is holding you also from doing. The wise guy once said, he said, love is denied expression by poverty. Love is denied expression by poverty. You see the shoe for your wife. Not that you don't love her, but you are limited. What if we can unlock all of these chains that you can't, your thumb can't even come out to press your ATM and send the money? Guys, this is what we are talking about. I bought this book a couple of years back. I have it in my library. Written by Delatoro McNeil II. It's titled Caught Between a Dream and a Job. And I begin to remember growing up as a child. For me, I grew up in Ajegule, okay? I'm not ashamed of my background. I'm no longer there. But again, that's a place where I express my dream. On a rainy day, we'll come out, build sand castles with our legs. Our parents probably live in a 1-bedroom, not even, what am I saying, 1-bedroom, 1 room. And yet when we come out, we don't build 1 room. We build castles. We create cars with our legs. We did think we're having dreams. You wanted to be a pilot. You wanted to fly the world. There was nothing restricting our dream, guys. But suddenly we got into life, went to school, got a good grade, got into society, and we discovered that there was a new sheriff in town called job. Today, many of us are not pursuing our dream anymore. We are just trying to survive by the job. So you are caught between pursuing a dream or surviving. Well, these are the stats from Delatoro McNeil II. He revealed that a 7% of people dislike their job, but they are there every day. 33% hate their job. Do you know the word hate? But they are there every day. 25% say their job is their #1 stress factor. God help you, you are not living in Lagos at this time. 41% live paycheck to paycheck. Have you noticed that the cost of transportation, grocery, everything has increased as your salary increased? How are you coping? 43% have been overworked. People are being laid off. You are thanking God you are not part of those affected. Unknown to you, you are going to do the job of those affected without an extra pay. You can't complain. 50% feel they are underpaid. 70% have no money. Sorry, guys, we'll get through with this. It's a network, but we will get through with it. All right. So, like I said, 70% feel no motivation. People are looking forward to a Friday with a very big symbol, thank God it's Friday. Well, that's not what we dreamt of. Let me say this. If all you have is one source of income, it's risky. 40 million people in the US. Nigeria, we don't even have statistics. I think I read something a couple of days ago that the vice president said, was it over 30 million Nigerians will be out of job or will be unemployed? Well, that should be a subsidized statement, because if they tell you the real numbers, then you will know that we'll protest. If all you have is one source of income, guy, it is risky. Pay attention. Which is why I want to introduce you to a revolutionary wealth building opportunity. We've talked about the product. Stand alone, the product will run. But let's show you how you can make money and see what is happening here. Presenting to you the Immeri opportunity. Now, first, you can start by earning between 30 to 50% just retailing this product. Now, let's take example of Virgin, a case study of Virgin, a flagship product in high demand. I was on a webinar that was on Friday or so. We had what they call the International Consultative Committee. 2 of us from Nigeria, we had people in Ghana and from Ghana, in Egypt, in the Philippines, Malaysia, about different countries like that. And I think the guy in Ghana, the country manager for Ghana was saying, he said, they just got their product just about 4 weeks ago. He said 60% of the product, virgin, is already gone in less than 4 weeks. 60% of the entire shipment because of its validity. So let's say you take this as a case study and say, okay, you know what? I am signing up with the agency pack 295,930 and I want virgin. Now, Immeri does not give you product. Immeri allows you to pick the product you want. You could go all virgin, you could go all Vitide, you could go all Adwell, you can mix them like Alabuku. It is up to you. But in this case, you go for 20 boxes of virgin. Cost price about 14,700. The retail price is 20,000. Now, when you sell 20 boxes here, you are doing about 402,000 naira. Remove your capital outlay, just selling 20 boxes, you have done 106,000 naira. Let's even see it's 100K. Guys, if an extra 100K comes into your bottom line, I just talk about buying 2 bags of rice and distributing, and people are telling you thank you. What happens if you could do 4? What happens if you could add some 5,000 to it? What happens if you can buy oil? Because for me, you are okay. So this money might not be for you, but at least to help support other people. An extra 100K coming to you. Does that make sense? You are not selling a supermarket. You are not selling a food shop. It's just 20 boxes. A lady sold 20 boxes in 8 hours. Imagine putting 100K in her pocket. Immeri says, when you come to repurchase, remember you are going to enjoy 30% discount. Now, you don't need to buy 100 pieces. You will still get 30% even if you are buying 1 box. But this is business. I've already taken my profit out. I want to put back my capital. Rather than getting 20 boxes, you are getting 28 boxes. Why? Because of the 30%. The cost price drops to 10,000. Retail price is still the same at 20. You make a sales of about 563,000 naira. Subtract your capital, you have over 250,000. That's profit. 267,000. But let's even say it's 250,000. Guy, if anybody here on this call tonight gets 250,000 sent to you every month, does it make sense? Does it make sense? Okay, so you must understand what is happening here. That again, I'm not selling a shop. Some of us have our spouses, our wives, which shop we have rented. They don't make 250,000 naira in a month. The shop is reducing, and yeah, you are paying rent, you are paying house girl. But 28 boxes, I can do over 250,000. Even if it took me to sell 1 box a day, and an extra 250,000 comes into your account, does that make sense? And mind you, 1 lady can buy 4, 1 lady can buy 5. So imagine that you are earning this every month. But somebody says, virgin is not my thing. Let me concentrate on Vitide. I know a lot of executive people right now that are having health challenges and are being exposed. Let me see if this can help them. Or I know people in those polo club, golf clubs with pot belly, people suffering from constipation, indigestion, and many things. They will prefer the Adwell. Well, with your agency pack, you get 6 boxes of Vitide or Adwell. The cost price is 47,000 naira. Retail price about 68,000 naira. You would have made a sale of about 411,000. When you remove your capital, basically you've done about 116,000. Again, over 100K, just selling 6 boxes. What happens if you choose to repurchase? 30% comes into it. Now you're getting 8 boxes. Cost price drops to about 33K. Retail is the same. You've made a sale of over 549,000. Again, you still have over 250,000 naira profit selling just 8 products. Does this make sense, guys? Now, like I will always say, there are 3 categories of people who join us in Immeri. Okay? Tina, I will answer your question. Just hold on. I will answer your question because every time it pops up, I get to go check it, but I'll answer your questions. There are 3 categories of people that join us. There are people who join us basically just to use the product. And I mean, the first part was just for you. This may not concern you. But there's another category that says, okay, you know what? The products are effective. People are in need of this product. It's not another copy me product. And I might retail it and at least make between 100 and 250,000 naira. If I were to do that twice in a month, probably 500,000 naira. Does that? I like that. Now, there is a 3rd category that says, I would like to share this with my friend. I'm not selling. I share the opportunity with my friend. Now, Immeri says, if you fall in this 3rd category, we have 11 bonus ways that we reward you, excluding. Sorry, guys. It's again, I will always say, when they taught us in school, they told us we had, is it 4 factors of production? Is it 3? Land, labor, capital, entrepreneur. They didn't tell us of internet, because internet is a factor of production. You can have land, labor, capital. If you don't have internet in today's world, it is not complete. So this is Africa, this is Nigeria, and we'll make do with what we have. All right. Guys, we have 11 bonus ways that Immeri rewards you. But the interesting thing here is that there is no compulsory monthly maintenance. Some of us have been part of a system where every month, whether you like it or not, you must buy product. Immeri says we don't do that. We don't do that in Immeri. You must buy product every month. You must balance leg. There is nothing like that. Your membership in Immeri is for life. However, if you choose to build a team, this is what you will get. First, we have what we call the sponsors bonus, team bonus, elite bonus, promotion bonus, leadership bonus, director development bonus, same rank bonus, repurchase bonus, travel incentive, car reward, even a house reward. This is not given because you are buying the product. This is not given because you are retailing the product. This is because you are building the business. So know the category that you fall within. Now, sponsor bonus has to do with you sharing with a friend. The friend comes in, whether they are joining with classic or agency, you earn 5% of whatever they come in with. If they happen to go down and talk to another of their friends, you don't know that level of friends that they do have. But if they come in, you are also going to earn 5%. That's amazing. What if the person joins with a wholesale? Now you earn 10%. Imagine somebody joins with 3 million naira tier 4 and you're earning 300,000. You are collecting tithes. You don't need to be a pastor. What if that person that came with a wholesale shares with another friend who is a wholesaler, you earn 5% out of that? What if that wholesaler comes with another wholesaler, you earn another 5% of that? This is sponsors bonus. Is that clear? Now, Immeri operates what we call a synergistic board breaking plan. The synergistic board breaking plan is a very unique plan. It is the first in its kind. This system is not a copy me. The Immeri created this because of the flaws they have seen in the industry. Now, I recommend that you go pick up the book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. Pick up, open to chapter 6. It talks about synergy. Synergy is one of the highest form of life. Even God said, can two work together unless they agree? When we come together and create a win-win. I remember growing up, I went to a Muslim school. I read Arabic. I did Arabic from my primary 1 to my primary 6. I didn't convert to a Muslim. There was no pressure. I wasn't praying against Islam. And my younger sister attended St. John's Anglican Church. Okay. Where was that? Yaya Crescent. Okay, that was somewhere Aulodia Papa. But guys, none of us, every Muslim in that school, they were reading the Bible. How did we get to a point of discord where somebody's business must go down for your own to sell? Somebody's rice must not boil for your own to be well cooked. How did we get there? We are no longer synergistic. We are no longer playing on a win-win plane. Immeri says, let's get back there. But first, this is how we grow. You join with the agency pack, you are the associate level. You move from the associate to become an elite associate. You move to become an executive, elite executive. You move to become a manager, elite manager. You become a director, 1-star, 2-star, 3-star director. You become an ambassador. So we have Sapphire ambassador, Emerald ambassador, and the crown of it is diamond. Guys, everywhere you walk, growth is innate. Every one of us wants to grow. So Immeri says, we have created a growth plan that is not based on the company, but is based on you. You can choose to grow as fast as you want. For some of us, we are civil servants. You've got to wait for 3 years for you to be promoted. In fact, you've got to write exams for you to be promoted. And sometimes as you age with family problem and the rest, you still want to write exam. Immeri says, listen, the exam is your pursuit. The exam here is your dream. How bad do you want to grow? And you can begin that journey. Well, let me share with you the Immeri synergistic board breaking system in 3 easy steps. Step 1, when you join, you get on a board where everyone works together, recruiting until the board gets full. Everyone, I didn't say you, because some of us are, oh, now only me. No, it's everybody here. Immeri operates a board of 15 people. A board of 15 people, guys. 7 people are at the top of the board. 8 people are beneath. Now, the first person on the board is called an elite. Igwe, Oba, Senate President, whatsoever. If you are the elite, you are impeachable. You cannot be impeached, and yet you'll be promoted to the next rank. So let's take this example. The top of the board has the elite on that board, then has JSM, Akin, Adam, Musa, Obi, and Ali on the board. Now, the job of everybody at the top of the board is to help fill the bottom of the board. So we have 8 slots. So let's say JSM takes a look and say, you know what, I have some of my friends I need to bring to this board. And he shares with them, they understand what Immeri is, and they choose to join. So Yemi joins, you join, Chika joins, and they join. Now we say that JSM has 4 qualifications. But Musa takes a look and said, Wallahi, I have one of my friends I can also share this with. And Musa shares with Adam. Now, Adam comes in. Adam has 1 qualification. Now, take note, getting people on the board is not because you are at the top of the board. Everybody can partake. So you, that you are at the bottom of the board, you see a need for it, and you happen to share with 3 of your friends. Now you have Effiong, Ndidi, and Ola coming in. What do we see here? You have 3 qualifications. Now, you see, 15 people are on the board, but only 3 people fill the board. So it is not about you. Interestingly, some of the people at the board might not be in your team. Some of them might not be in your country. Some of them might not be in your structure. But all of you on the same board are going to benefit from the work of everyone. Let me show you how that works. Once the last person comes in, step 2 goes into play. What's step 2? The system says the 2 people with the highest number of recruits or qualification on the board, they will become the elite on the board. The 2 people with the highest number of recruits or qualification on the board will become the elite. Now, this again, a board of 15 people. So we have JSM 4, Musa has 1, you have 3. So basically, if our math is correct, JSM and you are the elite, because just 8 people, but the 2 of you got the highest number of recruits. So what we see here is this. When the last person comes in, Ola, the board breaks. And once the board breaks, JSM will go ahead 1 board, you will go ahead 1 board. So JSM is the new elite, you are the elite on the next board. This takes us to step 3. As an elite, now that you are the elite, when your board gets full, you rank advance automatically. And I'm going to show you that. So again, this is you. You have Akin, Obi, Yemi, Ade, Effiong, Ola on your board. The job of everyone is to fill the 8 slot. Once the last person comes in, the board will break and you'll be promoted to the next rank. But see, the magic here is just having 3 people. When you think about network marketing, you are thinking about the thousands of people you've got to bring. I will bust that myth. Immeri has recreated that structure. Now, you see, we only needed 8 people on the board. So imagine out of 8, if you take 3, the board is over. If somebody takes 4, the board is over. Sometimes we see people take 2, 2, other people take 1, 1. Those with 2, 2 can still go lead the board. But the magic is to have a minimum of 3 leaders. You secure your elite. Guys, the goal is for the elite, and I'll show you how. Now, let's go into money. How do you get paid? How are you paid on the board? As an associate, when you join, this is how Immeri pays you. In this case, we have the elite, we have Julie having 1 person and Daniel having 2 persons. So this is how you are paid. Once you become an elite in Immeri, instantly, and guys, let me remind you that Immeri pays instantly. There is no green Monday, there is no green Saturday. We don't pay weekends, we don't pay once a month, once a week. It is give us now our daily bread. Once that activity happens, you are paid instantly. Now, elite, once you hit the elite on the board, instantly, Immeri pays you 57,960 naira. I think early this week, we got one of our team member that became an elite, and she got paid 57,960 as an elite bonus. Now, as the elite on the board, anybody dropping on your board, whether you know them or not, Immeri is going to be paying you 11,520 from number H to number N, whether you know them. Now you bring them, no, you bring them, nothing concerns you as an elite, whether you contribute or not. Anybody dropping on that board is going to pay you 11,520. Have you seen the synergy? It means other team, other people are working, but you can also still work. Now, when the last person drops on your board, that is 34,920. It's the same agency registration, but they triple what you get. Now, the last person always breaks the board. So as the board is broken, you are leaving that board. Immeri pays you promotional bonus. They are giving you Uber money to the next round, 57,960 for you to move to the next round. They promote you and they pay you for promoting you. You entered the rank, they paid you. You are leaving the rank, they pay you. So the minimum you earn as an elite is 231,480 naira. Now, Julie is saying, so there is no hope for me until I become elite. No, Julie, you are covered. Even though you have one person joining you, I was speaking to somebody from you this afternoon, and I said to him, I said, even if all you have is one person, it makes sense. Because Immeri says, if you have one person, other people are dropping on the board, nobody you bring them. But for every one person joining the board, you are being paid 1,800, whether you know them or not. Remember, if you have one person, it means you are not bringing any other person. You've not brought, that's why you are still having one. But other teams on the board, they're bringing people to join the board. You get paid from their activity, 1,800 times 8. That is H2O. And H2O is called a cycle. The board breaks. And Immeri says you can stay here for 20 cycles, even without bringing anybody. They keep paying you 18. They don't pay you the 288,000 naira at the end of the 20 cycle. They are paying it instantly. You can withdraw it the same minute as it's dropping. What happens if you are done with 2 qualifications? Now you double what Julie is getting. You get to pay 3,600 per person. You can get times 8 times 20 cycle. That's 576,000. Guys, do you know 2 people? Are there 2 people in your phone? You'll have a contact list of about 100 persons. What if 2 of them can join? God forbid you go to sleep anyway, but you still at least are guaranteed 576,000 if you stay through 20 cycle. It makes a whole lot of sense. Now, for those who are not on the elite position, there are other rewards that you get across the board. On the associate board, like I just explained, if you have one person, you stand a chance to earn 288,000. If you have 2 associates, 567,000, just because you have 2. I didn't say 10, because that was your fear. I say I'm mentioning 1, 2. From the associate board, you move to the executive board. On the executive board, like Dr. Catherine that moved into the executive board over the weekend, on the executive board, whether you have brought somebody or not, nobody have joined you on that board. You are guaranteed 460,000 naira if you sleep through 10 cycles without doing anything. Any executive that drops on the board, Immeri pays you, even though nobody you bring her. You've not even brought anybody, they are paying you. What happens if I have one executive? 921,000 is paid to you. What happens if I have 2 executives, 1.3 million? Have you seen the same 1 or 2 persons that followed you on the associate? As you help them to move, Immeri is paying you more. Nobody's joining you, they are paying you, but as you, at least you have 1 person, they pay you more. You have 2 persons, they pay you more. If you drop on the manager board, 4.6 million naira, no manager following you. If you have 1 manager, 9.2 million. If you have 2 managers, 13.9 million. Even if that was all you did and you slept through 10 cycles, you have 13.9 million. Just because you have 2 people, do you have help? Can 13 million probably help you do something worthwhile in a year? Possibly. But guys, this is because you are not the elite. But if you are the elite on the board, please fasten your seatbelt. Like I said, just on the associate board, once you become the elite associate, instantly they pay you 57,960. As you are leaving the board as the elite, they pay you another 57,960. When you join the executive board and you are now the elite executive, instantly, the same second, 579,600 is paid to you. As you are leaving the board, another 579,600 is paid to you. What happens if you are a manager on the board and you now became an elite manager? The very second you become an elite manager, 5.7 million naira is paid to you, guys. And if you are exiting the manager board, another 5.7 million naira is paid to you. These are guaranteed. They pay it instantly, no story. Now, how are you paid overall through as becoming an elite? Now that you are the elite on the associate board, remember I told you they'll pay 57,960. But everybody dropping on your board from number 1 to 7, they pay you 11,520. I've already established that. When the last person drops on your board, they pay you 34,920. I did establish that. If you are on the executive board and you are the elite executive, they pay you 579,600. Now, each person dropping on your board, whether you know them or not, whether they're in your team or not, 115,000 naira per person. The last person dropping on your board, they pay you 347,000. They always triple the amount for the last person. If you are on the, in fact, before I go to the manager, because again, even as an elite manager, we have very interesting case in my team, and one of them is on this call. I saw her, Pastor Ngozi. She became an elite manager. The 8 people that entered under her were all from Egypt. Nobody was from Nigeria. Nobody was from our team. And she was earning 115,000 naira per person under her without knowing them from Egypt. When the last person dropped 347,000 naira, you now go and tell her that the Bible says the Egyptians you see today, you will not see again. Don't let her slap you because she wants to see those Egyptians. As a matter of fact, her husband also became an elite executive. And guess what? Overnight, I was in Port Harcourt, my last trip before the lockdown. Leaving Port Harcourt to Enugu, overnight, 5 Egyptians. As a matter of fact, the entire 8 were all Egyptians. They entered in 2 weeks. One after that. And in one night, 5 Egyptians entered plus 347,000 naira. He made 2.3 million naira just in the space of 2 weeks. And yet, nobody was from his team. Nobody was from Nigeria. That's the synergy we are talking about here. Well, if you become an elite manager, I told you first thing they credit you with 5.7 million naira. Now, per person dropping on your board is 1,159,200. So let's say 1.1 million. And guys, I have a very interesting story. There's one of us, I will get to her, you will understand. J Mama, on the 5th, today is 16. On the 5th, somebody, she's an elite manager, so she has collected the 5 point something. On the 5th, somebody dropped on her board 1.1 million, 5th of this June. Okay, Big Mama dropped on her board. She collected 1.1 million. Yesterday, Shagun King's drop, that's on point. Yesterday, she collected 1.1 million. This morning, we woke up, Mr. Barreto also dropped 1.1 million. How do you wake up in 24 hours and you've collected about 2.3 million? In the last 2 weeks, you have done about 3 point something million. You don't need to know them just because you are the elite manager. Everybody dropping on her board 1.1 million, 1.1 million. Even if you're the old person, tell her make him wait, person will soon drop. By the time the last person dropped 3.4 million, and remember the last person breaks the board. As he's breaking the board, another 5.7 million is being paid. Guys, do you understand what we are talking about here? This is huge. So let's look at the bonuses in perspective. What is on this table that we are shaking? Even if you started from the classic board, the classic you only get to earn sponsor bonus. And when you are being promoted to the out as the elite on the classic board, Immeri gives you 11,837. You see, in most companies you pay to be upgraded. Immeri upgrades you and even pay you. If you're on the associate board as the elite, the minimum you earn is 231,000. If you're on the executive board, minimum 2.3 million. Remember, this is just as an elite. I'm not talking that you had 1 qualification, you had 2 qualifications and all of those. If you're on the manager board as the elite, the minimum on this table is 23 million. Now, together, minimally you will do as an elite is over 25 million naira. Just as an elite, without adding those 1 qualification, 2 qualification. I'm going to show you something that I saw today and my eyes opened. The Immeri says we still have leadership bonus. If you're an executive, every member you help to become an executive, we pay you an extra 57,960. So now that you're an executive, remember you are still going to be paid. But why not help another person? Immeri pays you more. If you're a manager, you produce a manager 579,000. If you're a director, you produce a director 5.7 million. Too much money. So imagine you have 10 directors and 5.7 million for each of them. There's a lot here. Immeri has what they call repeat sales bonus. Remember, there's no compulsory auto ship. But Immeri says every time you buy product, we pay you 5% of the value of that product. The people you brought, as they buy product, we pay them, we also pay you. Up to 10 levels. So imagine a governor's wife joins at the 10th level to use Virgin to empower some women, and she buys 100 million worth of product. You are 10 levels away from her, you earn 5% of that. Does that make sense? Just to consume a product. People are earning between 30 to 50,000 US dollars on this every month. Immeri now says we have what we call a director development bonus. It's getting exciting here, guys. Now, once you leave the board, you are now a shareholder with Immeri. To become a one-star director in Immeri, develop one director. Again, as you see, you are not developing 100. So if you had followed the template of help one person, help two person, it's easy to attain. When you develop one director, you would have gotten out your 5.something million, but now you begin to earn 1% of the total group sales, everything happening in that organization every single day. Mondays to Sundays, public holiday inclusive, they pay you instantly. 2-star director, develop 2 of 1-star director, now you're earning 2%. 3-star director, 3%. 3-star director, you're actually a millionaire in dollars. And in 2.5 years, Immeri has created over 35 3-star directors, meaning Immeri has created over 35 millionaires in dollars. Sapphire ambassador, 5%. Emerald ambassador, 6%. Diamond, 6%. Your retirement is cast. Travel incentive, as an elite manager, you go for your first all expense paid trip. 1-star director, you go for another expense paid trip. Now, as a 1-star director and above, there is no incentive trip for you anymore. Every single day, Immeri pays you your 1%. They take certain percentage of money and they keep for you so that you can wake up next week and say, I want to go to Bora Bora, and you can travel with the money there. So you are not trying to compete for a travel incentive. It makes a whole lot of sense. Now, travel now becomes a lifestyle. So for people like me that we are Jala, traveling by nature, I think this makes a whole lot of sense. Immeri now says we have a car reward. Immediately you leave the manager board and instantly you become a director. You qualify for 5.7 million naira to buy a car. It's a reward, not a fund. Immeri does not brand the car, it is your car. If you feel 5.7 million naira is not enough, you can top up to buy a car that you want. Or you buy a car that you feel the money can carry. It's a director's, it's a bonus. If you become a 3-star director, Immeri gives you another 11.5 million naira. Now you can monetize this one. You can cash out this one because remember at this level you're a millionaire in dollars actually. Guys, this is our car recipient. We have here Mr. Prince Eric Kujo, who December last year became a director in Immeri. And January 18 this year, I was in Ghana to celebrate with him, and he was being awarded a Honda CR-V 2020 model. Guys, congratulations, first of all, to our current Nigerian director, Mrs. Patience Mad Lion. She became a director 10 days ago, or 11. I think that was June 5th or June 6th. June 6th, she became a director in just 1 year in the business. She's a director. And guys, do you know what happened? Today in Abuja, it was on Facebook Live. The pictures are there. I just didn't want to cloud here. I remember once you are a director, you also qualify for a car. So she got to pick for herself a Mercedes-Benz ML350 Formatic. This car was presented to her today. You became a director last week. They present the car to you. In fact, as a matter of fact, if it was possible, Immeri will present the car to you that same day. Everything in Immeri is almost real time, no story. So in 1 year of joining the business, and guess what? She lost her husband just 2 years ago. Her husband was assassinated along Kaduna Abuja Road. She's in pain. Her children, how does she take care of them? She decided to hop on Immeri. And look at this fantastic story that she's creating for herself. So right now, she is an owner. This was presented today. I'm talking this afternoon. Mercedes-Benz ML350 Formatic. And she also have there a ticket for her next travel destination. All expenses paid by Immeri. And guys, look up. Mrs. Patient Mad Lion with one account. This amount is for one account because you can have multiple accounts as much as possible. But with one account, as at today, she had done over 105,000 US dollars in 1 year, plus a car. Plus a car. This is not, the car is not included. 105,000 US dollars. Do you understand what that means in 1 year? Like I said, your promotion is up to you. So today, we call her the Lion of the Savannah. and we celebrate her doggedness. And listen, she didn't achieve this alone because there were other people coming in to support, dropping on her board, and just within a short period, I think it was March, she became a director. And in 2 months, it was March, yes, she became an elite manager, and in 2 months, she was already a director. Can you promote yourself in your company in 2 months? But that's what is happening here. 105,000 US dollars. And Immeri is still in pre-launch. We have not launched in Nigeria officially. We have not launched yet. And somebody is earning this and earning a car. Well, we have here Reverend Daniel Kujosekwe, my very friend and I call him my boss. He was the first elite manager in Africa and Middle East, the first director in Africa and Middle East. When he joined Immeri, I met him 4 weeks after he had joined. He was an executive then. He talked to me about it. I said to him, I said, I will hear thee again on this matter. Guys, I didn't pay attention until 5 months later. By the time I was getting ready to join, he was already an elite manager. And yet, it was just 4 weeks that separated us. Procrastination. But today, he's a one-star director. I was also in Ghana. We celebrated with him when he was awarded the Honda CR-V 2019 model. And guys, this is his wife. His wife just also became a director, a one-star director just this June also. So imagine every single day the husband is earning 1%. The wife is earning 1%. What else is legacy? The husband has gotten a car. The wife too has just gotten a car. And the business is just 1 year plus in Ghana. Then we have our very own, I call him Onyovo, Dr. John Egwolo Mukoro, Nigerian first director and Nigerian first one-star director. This was presented to him yesterday, okay? That is his car behind him. He got himself a very beautiful machine, okay? And you see, that's the car, his own car. And as yesterday was a celebration, he got himself 85,000 US dollars. Guys, does that make sense? Does that make sense? So you can build your business at your own level. My Lion is doing 105,000. You may look, the dynamics here is just too interesting. We have here Mr. Jonas Kwaku, my very good friend. He's the first person in Africa, and he's also a one-star director, getting a car. All of this happened this June. This was just last week too. Last week, Monday, actually. He became a one-star director. So there's a lot happening. And Immeri says we are not done. If you become a diamond, remember you get a penthouse in Malaysia valued at 300,000 US dollars with a 10-year My Malaysian second home visa processed by the company for you. If you do not want the house and you want the cash, Immeri gives you half of it, 150,000 US dollars, so that you can go build a house wherever you want. Ekakrame, Adagrasa, Guashukumbise, where again? Ekuku Agbo, Ikorekbene, Calabar, wherever you want to, 150,000 US dollars, you can go do that. And guys, this is no fluke, because last year, July, Immeri presented to 2 ladies. They were not even diamond, they were emerald. The emerald is still the highest in the company. And the company said, the chairman said, emerald is 6%, diamond is 6%. You know what? Everything in Immeri has been won except the house. Before people say it's an audio house, what you see behind you, that's the exact house. That's not the picture. That's not the graphic. That's the exact house. That's the exact picture of the house in Malaysia. And I called the 2 of them out during our July conference in Malaysia and presented them with the keys to their penthouses. 2.5 years in business, 2.5 years in a company, and you get a penthouse. Will that be worth your effort? Well, there's a whole lot of success happening, and success breeds more success. So this was as of January 18 in Ghana. We see there that Mr. Prince Eric Kucho had done over 43.5 million naira in 1 year. Daniel Sekwe had done over 37 million naira in 1 year. We see there that Mr. Jonas had done over 26 million naira in 1 year. Now, imagine that was in January. This is 6 months after. You want to add what happened, because that 2 weeks ago, Daniel Sekwe had extra 60,000 US dollars coming into his family just 2 weeks ago. So imagine the volume of money coming in. Guys, there is a lot on this table. And we have here Mrs. Eunice Akalegbere, Nigeria's elite manager. Just a few months in the business, she had done over 12.5 million then. Then we have J Mama. J Mama is the one I was saying on the 5th, 11 days ago. Somebody dropped on her board 1.1 million. Yesterday, somebody dropped on her board 1.1 million. This morning, somebody dropped on her board 1.1 million. She's in Ibadan. Then we have Gloria Kukan. Within a few months in the business, she's also our latest elite manager that happened last week. Guys, people are creating their own success story. So what do you do? Listening to me, you can join us to use the product. You can join us to refer the product to others. You can join us to also build a team by enrolling others into your business. However, your membership gives you access to all three. So it makes a whole lot of sense. Use the product, share the product with others, and build a team. So when you see the Lioness today getting a Mercedes-Benz 4MATIC 350 plus making over $105,000 in one account, and I know she has another account that is a manager too. That's not added because I know how Immeri do their calculation. They do it on one account. So imagine if she has 10 of that. If they have to accumulate, I mean, every day she just keeps thanking God because she made the move to partner with Immeri. So what's next? I would like to encourage you to get back to the person who shared this with you so that they can get you started. Somebody sent you a text message, you got it on Facebook, you got it on WhatsApp. Listen, what we are sharing with you here is real. It is live, it is real. There are people earning, there are people succeeding, there are people creating their success story. We want to be the next to be success story that I want to share. Every week something is happening in Immeri. The buzz is just, listen, we have not launched in Nigeria. Look at the millions people are making. We have not launched. So guys, what will happen when we, and right now in Nigeria, we are just 8,000 people. How can you be doing over $105,000? Another person doing $85,000. We've not calculated that people and many of us that have also earned. We've not added it with 8,000 people. So what happens if we become 20,000? What do you think the earning will be when we become 50,000? There are some organizations I see, somebody will say, I have 50,000 people in my organization. And 8,000 people is giving you cars, giving you 100 and something thousand. Guys, are you for real? How many people are in Lagos? How many people are in Port Harcourt? How many people are in Warri? We have people joining from Canada. We have people joining from the US, from South Africa, even before we go there because they've seen the value. Get back to the person that invited you. Let them know you have seen this and you want to take the next step. So before I close, I will want to see if we have a question. I will take that question and we will be through. Yes, somebody said, what happens when a second car get to this thing? Yes, that she will get a second car. Chris Belaka, when her second account gets to director, she'll get a second car. But I trust me, she'll put it probably in our son's name, okay, and the son will get it. Okay, so you can have multiple. How much is the minimum to join? I had shared that with you. Classic pack is 59,200. That's the minimum you can do, and the next is the agency. I recommend the agency if you have the ability to stretch to do that. But if you cannot, start where you are. Start where you are. Don't stop yourself, Wasio. If it's 59,200, go for it. And there is a promo that is on right now. If you join, apart from your product, Immeri give you some extra about 5 sachet. If you are doing classic, they give you 5 sachet of Vitite. If you are doing agency, they give you 10 sachet. If you are the one sponsoring somebody who joins on a classic, they give you 1 box of Vitite. If you are the one sponsoring somebody that joins on agency, they give you 2 boxes of Vitite. If you become an elite pre-associate, they give you a box of Vitite. If you become elite associate, they give you 2 boxes of Vitite. So Immeri is just right now, we're in a mood and everybody is getting value. Okay. How much is the minute? Okay, hope you will send us the video recording. Yeah, whosoever invited you, if here knows how to get to this thing. But once we are done, we'll render it. We have a Telegram group for guests. It will be positioned there, and also invited, you can get that recording this night and send to you. You can review it despite the hitches we had going off and on. Any other question? While we are waiting for question, let me quickly appreciate Mr. Degbiti. Thank you very much for being a part of this call tonight. Adequate Catherine, thank you very much, man, for joining us. Baptista, thank you very much. Blessing Yusuf, I see you. Thank you. Our latest executive, Dr. Catherine Ayo, I know you are going manager soonest. Chris Balaka, all the way from Warri, thank you very much for being a part of this. Dan Ufomadu, thank you. I see you trying to help me manage some questions there. I thank you. Mr. Prince Idaosa Jai, happy birthday to you. Today is your birthday. We wish you well. May God move you many steps forward. And may your board start breaking per second. Well done. Doing well all the way from Benin. We have here Dr. Ekaite Udofa. Thank you very much, ma'am. That's our latest elite associate. Harold, thank you very much all the way from the UK. My friend and my brother, I appreciate you for joining us. Janet Amber, thank you very much and for your question. Kufra Abasi, Press, my brother, thank you for joining us. Wanya Helen Chuku, yes, the wedding mother, God is on your side. Sopro Chichido, all the way from Warri, thank you for joining us. And Ojorumbe Faith, good to have you join us. Rose Ebenezer, thank you for joining us. I think that should also be all the way from Benin City. And there is somebody behind the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. God bless you. Wasio, good to have you join us. And Mr. William Bahogo, thank you that you could make it. I mean, you were the one that called my attention to the 40 link in the morning. I appreciate that feedback, and that's why we use a different link. Thank you very much. Then I have here Ugochukwu, my friend Onyere. Thank you for being a part of tonight's call. Well, as I close, I always like closing in a very no, the promo was extended. Balaka, check the Telegram. The promo was extended. Okay, so I posted it myself on the group, the extended promo. So, guys, let me close. In closing, I like to say this: that nobody was born to win. Nobody was born to win. Again, like I will humorously say, even if you are 10 winners, nobody was born to win. Does that mean you were born to lose? Nobody was born to lose either. Because my background wouldn't have given me the opportunity to succeed if it's based on that. Nobody was born to win. Nobody was born to lose. Whether you win or you lose is a product of your choice. You were born to choose. Mad Lion lost her husband, assassinated. She cried, she wiped her tears, took the journey. Today, she has over 105,000 US dollars, and she has a brand new car to herself. Life continues, and she's happier. It all began because she made a choice, not because she was structured to win or to lose. It's the decision that was made. 8,000 people creating numerous winning story everywhere. Your next story is next, and it will be a pleasure to share that story as the journey continues. So, guys, I want to say thank you for being a part of this presentation tonight. My name again is Solomon James, and this will continue on Thursday, 6 p.m. If there's a change of link, you will know. But if there's no change of link, secure this link, okay? And you can join us to be a part of what we are celebrating in Immeri. It's been my pleasure taking you through this today. I want to say thank you very much, and God bless you. Do have a fantastic night rest, and may your dreams come true.